Hello again. I know you're going to find this surprising, but I talked too long for the last video, so I got to back up and do a few extra things because apparently I was lecturing myself. So, bisecting an angle. You saw this part. I'm going to do another one. So again, to bisect an angle sounds totally different, but it's really just a perpendicular bisector. So I'm going to swing an arc to create two usable points. These 2 points right here. I don't want to rely upon A and C or whatever points they gave me because I don't know that they're the same distance away from B. But create those 2 points, pretend those are ends of a segment, do a perpendicular bisector where I do the more than half and the 2 circles that overlap, and I actually only need this part of the overlap. I'm going to go ahead and make that go down here. So I still have my 2 points of intersection, but I really only need this one because I can use the vertex as my second point. Or I can use this as an opportunity to check my accuracy and use 3 points to make that line. And you've bisected the angle. One more of those. Swing an arc from the original vertex to create 2 points. Take those 2 points, do something that's obviously more than half. Do a circle, or do that really lightly, or part of the circle. So I could do this, but I'm going to just do that part there. Point of intersection, use the vertex, and you have bisected your angle. Okay, next, what if I have to do a perpendicular, but it's not a perpendicular bisector, it's through a point on the line, some other point besides the midpoint? Well, the only way we have to do perpendiculars if they are a perpendicular bisector. So if I want a perpendicular to go through point A, I have to force A to be the midpoint of something. So I am going to swing a little circle around it. Size does not matter. If it's too small, it's hard to hold the compass. If it's too large for this one, then I'm off my segment. So I'm going to go like that. And as with most of them, I don't really need the whole circle. I need just enough to get those 2 points. And so I'm only looking at that part. So let me call that X and Y. I want to do the perpendicular bisector of segment XY. I'm going to kind of shade that in just to make it pop. That segment, ignore everything else. If I do the perpendicular bisector to that segment, make sure this is set for obviously more than half. Do your circle. Do your other circle. Don't lose track of your points. Like I wouldn't want to put the tip of my compass here because I didn't make that point. It has to go right there. Find your points of intersection. Connect the dots. Do that again. Force B to be the midpoint of something. So I swing a circle around it to get those 2 points. I make sure my compass is set for obviously more than half. Do a circle from one endpoint. Do a circle from the other endpoint. And connect the dots. And I could actually get away without doing the point down here because I could use point B. So in this case, I've got 3 points to line up. I only have to have 2. And then I get a perpendicular that goes through that exact point. Just so you know what it looks like, I chose to make the original circle like right there. What if I had made the circle around B bigger? No problem. I create these 2 points. I'm going to circle that really big just so it stands out from the original construction. Line that up. I got to be obviously more than half. I'm going to go really big this time. And connect my 2 points of intersection, and you should get that exact same line. Oh, I'm off. I kind of missed my point down here. So, line that up a little bit better. Okay, so I shouldn't use marker, I should have used a pencil. But it doesn't matter the particular setting. You need to force B to be the midpoint of something. I made it be the midpoint of this little segment and did perpendicular bisector. Or I can make it be the midpoint of this bigger segment and do a perpendicular bisector. It doesn't matter how big I choose to make those, as long as they fit on the paper. They're not too small for me to manipulate the compass. Those kinds of things. All right, C. And here's one. If I do a circle around that, I can do a little tiny circle. And if that's not comfortable for you, no big deal, because you can extend your working line however long you need to. Okay, no extras on this one. Do a circle around your point to force it to be the middle. Take the 2 points you just created to do a perpendicular bisector. And connect the dots. And I have made a perpendicular go through the point I wanted to. Variation of that. What if you need to do a perpendicular to a line, but the point is off the line? Well, not a big difference. I still have to force that to line up with the midpoint. So I'm still going to draw a circle around it. And I could draw the whole circle, but I need just enough to cross in 2 points. And I'm going to kind of shade this in like before. That's the segment I'm looking at. We'll call that segment XY. I need the perpendicular bisector for that segment. Make sure your compass is set for obviously more than half. Circle from one end, circle from the other, and connect the dots. And be more accurate than me. I need a pencil to erase that and redo that. Second one. Draw a circle. And I could draw a big huge circle. Doesn't matter that